rider that you, so I assume the PTO has their own
PTO
insurance.
has the standard insurance rider, but it doesn't cover the, if there's any alcohol.
Okay, so you would need that.
Yeah.
And also, you'd need to talk to the police chief about getting a detail for the night. So there has to be a police officer present from, I think it's a half hour before till the end of the event, in there, just making sure.
Is that, when you say the end of the event, does that include our cleanup time?
No.
That's just when people are gone?
Right.
Okay.
So I'm just bringing up the calendar now. I don't know if you have it up in front of you, Andy.
I can. So April 16th, I mean, we do have pickleball there till 8 PM. We could contact them and see if they can move. There's nothing earlier in the day, so with enough notice, I'm sure they've been able to oblige us. So I guess there'd be three things to do here, is make sure that pickleball's good with the time. We'd need to get the insurance information, as well as some type of commitment from the police chief that there's a detail scheduled for that evening.
Now, is it up to, do we want to give PTO the pickleball's contact information, Peter's contact info? Or do we just say, Peter, there's a request out for,
Yeah, I'll contact Peter.
all right.
I'll do that part.
Okay, so we'll take care of reaching out to pickleball.
Okay.
So if you can get the binder, it would, now, for the binder, do they have to specify to the insurance company the day of the event? I know that's what
Yes.
the
It's gotta
boosters had
be-
to do,
Yeah,
so. You'll have to request for April 16th.
yeah, because that binder's, they're gonna put a time constraint usually on it, so you wanna make sure it specifically covers you for that day.
Okay. Yeah, Jen Bork said she'd walk me through doing that too. She's done that before for that.
Okay.
Can you tell me about the fire code occupancy on that, the occupancy limits for that?
I believe it's 290 without tables, and 242, if I remember correctly, with tables. And that would include, so like if you have 242 guests and then people working it, that would go over the 242.
Okay, and then, the tables. How many tables are available and how big are they?
They're 8-foot tables, and I believe we have 20.
Yeah. There should be more than enough tables.
And I think there are 200 plus chairs as well.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, and so when I get those, the insurance binder and the commitment from the police department, do I turn them in here to get to you, or?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay,
They could
Yeah,
drop 'em
just drop it off in the mailbox, right. Give it to the ladies.
okay, perfect.
So, do we want to hold the date at least?
Well, yeah, well, I'll contact Pickleball to see if we can get the date, and so if we can get the date, we'll pencil it in pending a vote, because we have plenty of time before, actually, do we?
3 weeks, 3 Saturdays, looks like.
Because we wouldn't meet until the 12th, right?
Mhm. That's our next meeting, yep.
And when do you plan on starting to advertise for it?
I was hoping tomorrow. I've got everything ready to go. I just missed your last meeting when I reached out. I
Right.
didn't know what the schedule was for when you met, so I've been waiting for this meeting. So when can I get a firm commitment that I can advertise?
If we can get approval from Peter this week, before Friday, to say, okay, they'll free up from 5:30 to 8. Because what time do you want the event to start?
The event is scheduled to start at 7, so I put 5:30 as
Just to
a
set
very
up.
liberal time for
Okay.
setup. Yeah.
So if we can get them to give up that 2.5 hours by Friday, Could we let you know by Friday?
Yeah.
And then if you
Well-
can get us the,
What we could, I mean, we could make a motion tonight, because we'd have to do a motion and a vote at a meeting, so we could do that contingent on the 3 items.
Okay.
Okay.
Contingent that the 3 items happen, so I'll make a motion that we approve the PTO event at Talent Hall pending the approval from pickleball for the time, adequate or appropriate, insurance documentation and documentation from the police about a detail for that evening.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed, same, no,
4.
so it carries 4-0. So at least now, it's sort of in motion. As soon as I hear from Peter, I'll make sure I'll let you know that the date is okay. And then, as soon as you can get us the insurance information and the police detail information, then it's a definite
Okay.
for the spot.
Thank you.
Anybody else here with a request, a field request?
I'm not really sure what, like, I am here for a request. I'm in the process of creating an LLC or sole proprietorship. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do yet though, for a, like, small group training for fitness. I have like my nutrition certification and that stuff too. But I'm not looking to rent out a facility in southern New Hampshire for a while. But I didn't know if possibly during the spring, summer and fall, if there's any possibility to have use of a part of a field. I know there's a woman that does stuff at Dare Pond. I just wasn't sure, so that's why I came to ask.
Right, so we have Debbie Rice that does her training.
Right.
I don't know her schedule over at Dara. Are you looking to use Dara, or are you looking to use another park like Sawmill?
Any field, I know the one on, the new one in Albuquerque.
So Sawmill,
Yeah, because I live on.
the one that
Central
drops
Drive.
down?
Yes.
Okay, by the tennis courts?
And even if it wasn't that one, if it could be, I also have, my sisters are still in Campbell, well, my brother is right now, so I don't know if I could use a school field or any field that's available, really.
I don't think
Yeah.
we
The
can't.
school would be something that you'd have to go through them. We don't have
Okay.
any
Okay.
control in the school fields. The big thing with the local fields is, I mean, it's not locked. It's not like Talent Hall where we issue a key and we restrict access, obviously. We're not gonna sit there and monitor the fields and make sure that you don't go down there but what I would say is if you wanna use Sawmill, probably the best idea would be to get them in contact with lacrosse and soccer. And just sort of make sure that your times don't conflict with current use.
I
So-
didn't know if there was like a rental fee for the field.
No.
or-
No rental fee. So how many people are you expecting? You planning on doing this in the morning, at night?
I'm
Daytime?
probably like mid-afternoon, because during the summer, all the kids, I'm really connected to the high school kids and kids my age. I'm 25, so, and I graduated from Campbell as well.
Okay.
So anyone my age, really down to high school kids over the summer, and adults are more than welcome to come too. I like went to school for this stuff and have all the certifications, so.
So are you looking to just do, are you bringing your equipment there, or are you just
It might not
doing?
even, I might not even include equipment.
You might not what?
I might not even have equipment with me, and if it is, it's cones or something really small. I'm not
Okay,
bringing weights out with me or anything. It's kind of more like body weight stuff.
yeah, and I don't,
Yeah, I
mean,
would say, probably the best bet is to, if you go on the town website, if you go into the recreation, there's a field facility use form.
Okay.
So if you wanna fill that out, and submit that, we'll get you in contact with lacrosse and soccer and make sure there's no conflict with usage.
Okay.
And then,
I mean, even Debbie Rice, she just goes over on this backside of, I think, Talent sometimes, and even uses the basketball courts area. I mean, I don't think, I mean, technically they're open to the public.
right, but I know
If he
we've
stays
talked
off to
about,
the
we've talked about different things, about as far as, now you're running a program on the facility, we wanna
Sure.
make sure that we have your information, so that if something were to happen,
Correct.
and the police were coming down there and saying, hey, what are you doing down here?
Right.
You have permission to be there, and,
And even the field on Jeff Lane, I don't know if that's available. I know it's not like the nicest one, but
Yeah.
it's really close to my house.
The one on the, with the little, jungle gym thing is, that's sand
yeah.
on that side, I don't know. And you get the Little League, I don't know what their schedule is
Right.
at this point.
Yeah, so if you let us know which fields you're interested in, we can get you in contact with the organizations that use it primarily or who have been granted use of it, and that way you can just coordinate with them.
Okay, so just go online, find the field.
Yep.
and
Go
then just bring
online,
it right to the town hall?
Yep, just fill it out. You can bring it here to town hall, and you can come to the next meeting if you want, or we'll review it. If we have questions, then we'll contact you.
And I missed your name, I'm sorry, what was it?
Chris Marr.
Chris Marr?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're starting your own fitness, right? Fitness company, okay. And you prefer Sawmill, sounds like, or Jeff, this side, I mean, the
Sure.
north side of town?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, as Andy said, if you just wanna figure out the days, the times, the fields, and then fill that form out, that'd be, okay.
Okay.
We also have, I'm not sure, if this needs to be voted on, or this was just the, Litchfield firefighters.
Yep.
That email that went back and forth between Chris and Rick. So they've settled in on the day.
Chris isn't here, right? Nobody here from Litchfield firefighters? Okay.
So they settled on the day of,
Thank you.
thank you, July 16th. Saturday, 8 to 6. There's no, we're softball's away that.
Right, so we just need to make sure, that there's no alcohol or anything involved
Oh,
in
okay.
that. 'Cause that's,
Yeah, I didn't, okay, we'll have to ask Chris
Right.
about that.
yeah.
So I have to ask Rick, though, because obviously at this time, 8 AM, I don't know if Rick realized Rec's gonna be there. So this will have to wait,
Okay.
because Rec's gonna be there at that time of day, if it's starting at 8. Okay.
What day, July?
Oh, July, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, you're
I was gonna
right.
say Rec's done.
I'm sorry, you're right, I'm thinking June. Yep, Rec is done. So the only thing we need from Chris is to find out if there's gonna be alcohol,
Right,
and then maybe
so we can put that out to another meeting, cause it's not.
the
like
binder,
it's-
right, we have time.
Yeah.
There is another request from, I think we did this 2 years ago, with the Heat organization, Heat softball. And it is, Hudson Heat is looking to host their Barbara Hamilton tournament on the weekend of July 22nd through the 24th. I think we did this 2 years ago with them, and we had them bring their own porta potty.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So they're looking to do it again. This time, we were thinking of having LGSL representatives manning the snack shack. So there'd be at least LGSL people at the field. They're also going to return the Blast is participating in a Heat tournament over the June 4th weekend, and the Heat will reimburse Blast the entry fee for the use of Darrow Fields for the July 22nd through the 24th weekend.
Okay, and I know, if I recall, there was 1 or 2 issues with that tournament that year.
I can't recall what it was. Porta potty?
I don't know if it was.
I remember
porta
saying they
potty,
had
I
to
think
get
it
a
was
porta
trash,
potty. Trash
and parking,
and parking, okay.
so that might be something, I would say, because we have plenty of time.
Yep.
We really should have somebody from the Heat come to the meeting and put the
Sure.
request in formally, and then we can address questions.
Yeah, it's actually, the, high school coach,
Okay.
Sobe, I think it is, yep. Okay. Okay. I think that's it, public input?
So, I assume everybody else is here for the bids, okay, so,
Well, Kurt, you're here for the $1,000, right?
Baseball.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
okay, that's
baseball,
right.
The email.
so we'll go through communications, we'll start with that. There was a communication from Litchfield Baseball, requesting $1,000 for to fund for infield mix, equipment, other field maintenance things.
Yes.
Paint, right? Paint
Yes.
for the sheds, okay.
We've actually put a lot more funds into other things on our own on the fields. We've had trees taken down. We've done a lot of, repair the fences. We went out and bought some different equipment that we need to use in the field. And I know that, I think the $1,000 would be a perfect fit for us to resurface all the infields and get those up and ready for the springtime, as well as painting the. We got tagged with graffiti on the sheds.
Yeah, they matched it.
Yeah, actually they did.
They
ironically
did,
enough.
green on
Yeah,
green,
yeah.
or green on white, on the green Schneck Shack, yeah. So,
And this is just for Jeff and Corning, right?
Yes, yeah, for the 4 fields.
Do you know where you're gonna get the infield mix from? I don't know where softball got theirs from.
yeah, I would have to ask.
Broxton Hudson carries it. I think they sell it for like $9 a ton, if I remember correctly. I do business with them quite a bit. Continental doesn't carry infield mix, so they're the closest source.
Okay. I don't know where the guys got it. I think they even went down to Mass to get it, but they got tons of it.
Right, and I think you're gonna need, because I mean, it's been a couple of years since my son played up at Corning, but there's a good 12-inch dip from the grass to the infield up there. So,
So, this is just a vote to approve the funding?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Do you wanna do it, or?
I'll make a motion to approve $1,000 for the infield mix and other maintenance for baseball at Corning and Jeff Lane.
Do you need to borrow any equipment? I'm sorry, I'll second that.
Okay. So discussion.
Discussion. Do you need to borrow any equipment? I mean, I know softball has like an ATV if you need to borrow something, and I think we have the
Well,
grates behind.
softball and the rec commission have it.
And the rec commission, yes. It's at the softball facility, sorry.
Yeah, because the rec commission last year and softball together
Yes.
purchased an ATV that can be used at any of the fields in town
Okay.
to drag and do some of the work, so that'll be nice.
I think the screen is back, whatever that dragging thing.
I'll let you know if we do need it.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's there, yep.
Offering.
Yeah, and when were you planning on doing this? This year, or is this for next year?
Oh, no, this is gonna happen before the kids hit the fields this year.
Oh, okay, so
We
before
wanna
the season
move
starts.
quickly.
Gotcha. Okay, and do we have $1,000? Like, where would this money come from? Discretionary fund, or?
No, in the field maintenance, there's $2,000 that we built in for infield maintenance,
Okay,
as part of the contract or part of the budget that we had put together.
okay.
So softball we had issued 1,000 or granted 1,000 towards softball at the last meeting for similar stuff.
Okay, so this will end that account, the 2,000, so
Correct.
1,000 for softball, 1,000,
Right.
okay. I'm good.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'll say I am opposed. Abstain.
Motion carries, 3-1-0.
3-1-0.
Thank you.
Look, good luck. It looks good.
We're working on it.
Getting there.
All right, so now we'll get, any other business that we should bring up? Any other communication from Ben or from the town?
Oh, no, but you know what I do wanna bring up, when she had asked, about the tables and everything, you said that there's about 20 in there. There's not 20. There's, probably 10 of the 8-foot white ones, and then the rest are the older ones that weigh about 400 pounds each.
Mhm.
I think there's about 4 of those, cause we just did the egg hunt, and there weren't as many tables as I thought. I don't know if somebody's borrowed them and they're missing.
We should have at least 20 of the
We
white
should have,
tables.
yeah, I think it's at least 20. Yeah.
No, cause Kurt actually helped me pull them out, and there was probably, I think we set up 10, maybe 12 of the white ones, and the
Yeah.
rest were the older ones, so I'm not
Okay.
sure where they went. I know at one point, one of the groups had borrowed some, This was last year, right before the Easter egg hunt, because we had to get them back in order to put them out. So I don't know if.
Yeah,
you
we've
have
had
those.
We've had so many activities since then, I don't think it's a year old.
Yeah, I don't know if another group.
Yeah, I know we had Winterfest, we had, I don't know how many. We had a lot. We brought
Is it
over,
possible that any of those tables from Winterfest got put in the shed out there?
probably one is in the shed. I'd say one is definitely in the shed. The pavilion, I don't think so. That still has picnic tables. I think one is in the shed because there was a sign laying across it. But that's,
Maybe what we should do is ask Ben
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
go
say.
through every place and just
Yeah.
do an inventory on tables
yep,
and chairs.
Same thing with chairs, just in case somebody asks again, we know
Yeah.
how many we have on hand, or where they're going.
okay.
Any other communication?
That was it.
No other communication, no.
Just double checking here.
How'd the Easter egg hunt go?
It was awesome. Oh my God, it was so much fun.
Good.
It was really good. What a difference having adult help than the high school kids. It's huge difference. I didn't see anybody out in the field wrestling around before. while we tried to
Nice.
set up eggs. So it was great. This young lady over here actually helped. So now she's all excited to be part of our rec commission. Can't you
Another
tell?
volunteer. How many participants do you,
Actually, it was low this year, and I think everybody's sick. There are so many sicknesses. So we probably had somewhere between 150 and 175
Okay.
still. I mean, but that's low for us.
yeah,
No, it turned out really, really good.
the weather held out for you, so that was good.
It did. It was nice. Yeah.
Okay,
Actually, there is one other communication, from Troy. So I guess my term expires this year.
yes,
I'm gonna put my name in to extend for
Okay.
another 3-year terms, right? If the commission will have me. And Betty's expired, I'm assuming she's not going to, since, I don't know if we've heard from her,
we have not.
so that would mean that we will have an open spot. And she
Okay.
was an alternate, correct?
Yes.
Because you took,
Yes.
yes, swapped.
Yeah, I believe at the last meeting it was determined that there were 2 alternate positions, or was there 4?
4.
Because somehow the numbers,
But I think we have a total of 10, if I'm correct.
That's what I recall.
it was 10? Okay.
6, and with 4 alternates.
Okay.
And then, we were always confused as to whether the selectmen's rep counted in that 10, or if you were made 11.
That's a good question. I don't know. I have to go check
Okay.
when the commission was established and see what the rules were.
Right, I think it was a little vague the way it was written, so it was, we sort of, you could read it either way.
Well, so you only have, was it 6 full
Mm-hmm.
and 4? That's uneven, so typically it would be, so it probably counts as 11, so it would be 7 sitting for a meeting, 4 alternates.
Okay,
Okay.
We might guess.
that's what we kind of figured,
They never wanted equal vote, right?
Right.
Someone's gotta break a tie somewhere, so, we can double check.
okay.
Okay, so you're gonna get in front of, the selectmen at some point?
You don't need to.
Oh, you don't need to?
All has to happen is the board has to recommend to carry it forward. The chair just needs to send a letter with your paperwork saying that the commission would like to have him stay, we agree, and please affirm.
Okay. Do we need the entire board, or is it easy enough just to do with,
You can just take a
3 of
vote-
us?
You can just do a vote tonight, but the chair will have to send a letter up, send an email to Troy to have it
all right,
put
So
on the
John-
agenda.
John will have to send a letter?
Yeah, just saying that the board would like to extend Andy's term for years.
Okay,
Or not.
you have nothing better to do.
Right. Yes, because there's a line out the door. for
Yeah,
your spot.
that's right. Although we have a few people that are volunteering. That's good. All right, so was that the vote, or Just, we don't have to actually raise or,
No,
Vote.
make a motion to
we do
approve.
make a motion,
Yep.
okay.
So, you have to abstain, obviously.
I think I will,
but,
yes.
I make a motion to extend, or extend Andy Collins's term as a rec member for 3 more years.
I guess I will second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0-0.
201,
One.
I'll abstain.
3-0-1.
Like I said, just have John send an email or
Yep.
to Troy saying that the board is reappointed them
Okay.
with the board of selectmen's approval.
All right. Now what everyone's here for.
Yes. All right, so if you wanna,
Start opening them, or
all right, yeah, so
does it have to
our
be in any
first-
order, or
Yeah, so if you
one
wanna.
at a time?
Oh, let's do them, I don't think we have to do them in order of time, do we? All right, so our first one here is from Boyden's Landscaping.
Should I call John now, or wait until we've opened them all up and,
We could probably wait until you open them. If I can just take a shot of the cover page and email it to them, that way they can have something to review. So we've got a cover letter from Mr. Charles Boyden, references, which is nice to have. A little profile, history, some experience, list of equipment. Wow, a lot of equipment. A description of the services, and then the summary of proposal. So do you want to take the totals down and then we can?
Sure.
So this is for, this is for 3 years. Is that what,
no, it should only be 2 years. I thought, 2 years, right? The RFP? Yeah.
okay, so, we'll have to, is somebody here from Boyden's Landscaping?
No.
Okay, so we'll have to contact them to find out if, right now they have it broken down, year one, the total of $35,750. Year two, $36,825. And there's a year three, but
Okay, yep.
obviously not.
What was the first year again? I'm sorry.
$35,750. That's including field mowing, fertilization, irrigation, aeration, and overseeding. He broke it down. Or they broke it down, I should say. Okay, and there's a lot of supporting information as
Okay.
well.
Thank you.
The next one is from Greenworks Landscaping. And actually, where is,
Pelham.
so they're out of Pelham,
Yep.
New Hampshire. This is Greenworks out of Litchfield, New Hampshire. And again, a cover letter, from Mr. Schaefer, actually. With the proposal of the, the breakdown of what is being serviced. And a total of $55,085. Is that, since you're here, I'll ask you, is that per year or is that for the, per year? Okay.
55,
55,085. Okay. This one is from TLC Irrigation here in Litchfield. Okay. Another cover letter. I don't think in the last contract we got as many cover letters, which is nice. And this is just the 2016 athletic field proposal. so it's just for the 1 year. And the total price is $45,000 even.
45 flat.
This is from Rainmaker in Hooksett. Get a description of the job. And Rainmaker irrigation, so quantity of 2 years, that would, oh yes. For the 2016-2017 seasons, the total is 94,500 for the 2 years combined.
$47, I guess.
47,250 per year, I guess. I'm not sure if it would break down evenly
Right.
that way or if it would be graduated.
That is for the 2 years, and, because it was a 2-year contract.
Yep.
Also included in there was, $1,500 in
Yeah.
any irrigation repairs that may be needed, so that'll be comped back in as well.
Okay, so that, yeah, so it says irrigation will also furnish and install up to $1,500 in total irrigation repairs, so that's included in that total?
Correct.
Okay, I gotcha.
Bottom line number would be 93 then?
Correct.
Okay, all right, so, yeah, so if we, so 93 plus any irrigation,
Okay.
Above the 750 per year.
what's that? Yes. Then we have Sumnerscape. And, let's see, anybody here from Sumnerscape? No? And they're from Farmington, New Hampshire, it looks like. How far is Farmington?
It's up towards Rochester, it's probably about an hour and 30 minutes from here.
Oh, well.
Cover letter, breakdown of the services, outline of insurance, a little bit of a history in the business, references, oh, the total's right in front of me. Our 1-year contract price for Litchfield mowing and maintenance would be $51,100 per year.
Good. Do you want to look at any of these?
No, I'll look at it.
What's that?
This is from Easton Property Maintenance out of Wyndham, New Hampshire. Summerscape. Again, a cover letter. Is somebody here from? Okay. Are you Ryan?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Okay, so breakdown of the RFP and pricing for the 2016 season would be $38,880, so $38,880. And then if the Recreation Commission is interested in multi-year contract pricing for the 2017 season would be $40,824. And it gives a price for 2018, but we're just looking for a 2-year contract. Copy of insurance is also here. And I believe that is it, unless there's somebody here that I missed. That's the end of the bid. So I think I can do just a one-page shot for each one and get it I was gonna say Colleen.
Okay.
Get it to Sandy and to John. So the chair is, I don't even know where they are.
He sent his number,
Okay. But they do want to be involved in
yes.
taking a look at this.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do now is use a built-in scanner to scan these so they can actually see the documents while we discuss them. And we're gonna get them on the phone.
Should I get him on the phone now, for the discussion, or wait until you scan them and then let them look at them, I guess?
Well, maybe get them on the phone so that they know that they're coming.
Okay.
If I can find, there's where that. Actually, I think I have it on, yeah.
Andy, are they all just 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper?
Yes.
I can do it quicker and just send it to the RC distribution list and they'll get it.
Oh, okay.
I'll just do it as one big packet, they'll see all the
Yep.
everything.
Um,
It'll be a whole lot easier than taking pictures of it.
all right, so we can probably just do the one
One page for each?
page for each, just for them. I mean, I don't, that way we won't have a million pages getting sent to them.
Just to cover everything.
Yeah, with the, so there's, and we'll keep these separate.
We'll have to tell them afterwards who each one is, because he won't,
Well, it'll be on the thing.
well, this, like, for instance, this is their page, doesn't list who the company is.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Boyden.
All right.
Frameworks may have it on their cover.
Yeah, I think everybody else
They do.
does have it.
Okay, all right.
So we can just say the one that
Yeah,
isn't listed as
that's-
Boyden.
This is cost. Oh, here it is, at the bottom. This one doesn't have it either.
So do you want to send? Yeah, that may be 2 pages so that he'll have the info on it.
This is one here, that's something.
No, that's just an extra.
All right, give me a second.
Okay.
Is that all 6?
Should have 7 pages.
7?
there.
Okay.
This is one of them's 2 pages. Okay. So what are the? Since I was doing this, I didn't write them down. What are our, oh, you got them.
It's front and back.
Okay.
Hey, John, it's Colleen. So, John Brunel is going to be scanning over the packets to you. There's just 7 pages in total. So it should be there. I believe the plan was to vote, was the plan to vote this evening? Andy?
I believe so.
Yeah, 'cause we need-
Or we're gonna have to call a special meeting. for later
Well,
this week.
I thought we were too, because we need to get these fields going. Yeah, it's my understanding that we were voting this evening. Right, not even. I mean, you're talking, less than 2 weeks for starting. Yeah, I agree. Andy said the same thing. Unless, it's me, Andy, Jess, and John Brunel. So we have a quorum. We do have a quorum. Yep. He didn't say, John Brunel has no issue with them voting over the phone, correct?
I believe, he said there's certain things that we're gonna have to follow for.
He said there's certain things we'll have to follow, but he's not in the room right now. He's scanning the stuff to you. Hi. It sounded like you were cutting out. We have 6 bids.
And just so we have clarification, so we
Sure.
know who to ask.
Sure.
We have somebody here from.
Now, one of them does not have a name on the front. He has a whole packet, but you will receive a bid from Boyden Landscaping, and one of the totals is $36,750 for the first year and $36,825 for the second year. That's the only one that doesn't have the company name on it. All the other forms that you'll receive have the company name on it. Okay, so call me back when you have the forms. Okay, great. Thanks, John. Bye. Now we wait.
Now, are we opposed to calling a special meeting for later in the week to do?
No, I think that's a much better idea, is to call for a special meeting.
Well, if we call a special meeting, will John and Sandy be back?
Yeah, how long is it on?
Well, we can
I
find
believe
out.
they're gone for the week.
Because I'm just curious, if there's companies here that we don't know, that have given us references, which is great. I mean, we might want to do our due diligence and contact some of those
I think with all the
references.
problems that we had, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I just called him.
And Keith might be back in town too.
He'll definitely be back in town. I think he's only gone for a day or two.
So that, we were just talking about maybe calling a special meeting for later this week to give us time to, instead of just sitting here and just,
I would strongly suggest that.
yeah.
I mean, you did what you have to do. You have to open it up in public, acknowledge it. You should have some time to at least decide on what's the best candidate.
And at least we can compare, see who offers what, what the difference are. Because
Yeah.
these prices are all over the place. You've got some really high and some really low, so I'd like to look through them and see, what the difference is.
Okay, so if we call a special, well, let me call John, find out when they're coming back.
Okay.
Or he said he's gonna call me. So if we can't do the end of this week well, does the week include, are you available over the weekend?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Are you available over the weekend?
Well, not Sunday.
It is Easter Sunday, right, so it would have to be Saturday.
Can we do it early morning or in the evening? That's when I'm available all day Saturday. I'll make myself available.
Well, let's find out when
Yeah,
John's
when they
back
come
and
back.
see.
I just wouldn't drag it out too much longer, 'cause you got the. fields,
Agreed.
gotta
I wanna get this
Opened
done.
up and cleaned and all that stuff.
Oh, I got the email.
Hey, John, it's Colleen. Did you get the email? Okay, we were actually just talking about maybe, having a special meeting later in the week. When do you and Sandy get back? Oh, Sunday, Easter, okay. Well, I mean, we could still have a quorum without John and if
Right. They
Keith's
can give
back.
us, they can submit
You
some
could give us your
feedback, right?
input, you could review things and give us your input. We're thinking. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm listening. Oh, I thought you said Sandy. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said Sandy. So, okay, Sandy, what? Sandy? Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker. Is that okay? Okay. She wants to make a motion. Sandy, this is Sandy. Hi, Sandy, you're on speaker.
Hi, so is who's there calling?
Jo-
Is Andy there?
So
Yes.
Andy's here, me,
Okay.
Jess, and John Brunel.
Okay, so has anybody made a motion yet or no?
No one has made a motion.
Can I?
Yes?
So I read them over and I make a motion to award the contract to TLC.
No. Okay.
Any second for discussion?
All right, yeah. Well, I guess we have a motion and,
To discuss. Anybody want to make a second the motion so we can discuss it?
Well, I'll second the motion, but
Yes, fine.
for discussion, because
Yes.
obviously you weren't hearing what we were telling John Bryant, that we were looking to hold a special meeting after we had a little time to review a little more time to review these bids.
Okay.
And we wanted to know when you guys would be back, and John said you wouldn't be back until Sunday.
Right.
So, we were just saying, we'd hold a special meeting with Keith back in town. So the four of us, after you've had a chance to review the bids, and then hopefully make our determination by Saturday, so we could get things moving by Monday.
Well, can we do a special meeting and John and I do it by phone again?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Could they do it, but, yep, John Burnell said yes, you can do it by phone again.
Okay. Because we'll be driving Friday, so we'll have all the time in the world.
Okay, because yeah, we can see when Keith gets back. It could be either be Friday or Saturday. We have a special meeting, and
Yeah, because I'd love to have Keith's input.
yeah, same here.
I wouldn't be able to do Friday, so.
Okay, Andy can't do Friday, so maybe
Okay, Saturday?
maybe Saturday. Yeah, are you guys still driving at that point?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do we do with this motion?
So I can amend my motion.
Okay.
Or she can just withdraw it altogether.
I'll amend my motion that we delay voting on the contract until Saturday. We hold a special meeting on Saturday to discuss and vote.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion.
You have an amended motion, you need a second for the amendment.
Oh, okay. I'll second the amendment.
All right, so we have an amended motion to hold off on voting on the contract until a special meeting to be held on Saturday, the 26th of March.
Yes,
We're still in March,
right.
right?
March. Now, it just dawned on me, I know that Keith Buxton only personally, because we're supposed to do a softball thing, he is actually traveling that day, but it will still give him a chance to review the bids and give his feedback when he's on the road. So, okay, that's good. Thank you, Sandy.
All right, so any further discussion on
It,
the motion
Any-
and the second?
any further discussion, Sandy?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
All right, so all in favor of the motion of the special meeting on Saturday?
All in favor of the special meeting on Saturday?
Aye.
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 Aye, okay.
Aye.
Okay,
Now you have
That's-
to
Just
vote,
let us
now you
know
have
what
to vote
time,
on the
okay?
main motion.
What's that?
Now you have to vote on the main motion again, which has been amended. It's the same vote over.
okay, now we have to vote on the main motion again.
Okay, so voting on the main motion of
Delaying the.
delaying the
vote till
meeting
Friday.
until Saturday, or delaying the decision
But
until the
Benicia
special
just
meeting on
still
Saturday?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Okay. So carries 5, because technically we can only have one vote via the phone, correct?
No, just do yourself a favor when you do your minutes. You need to note there on the phone.
Yes, I will.
Motion made, they clearly said yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
We
carries
didn't really
6-0-0.
take any action other than delay the vote, so it's not gonna be a
Okay.
big deal,
Okay,
obviously.
all right. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, John.
All right, thank you
Okay,
guys.
we'll talk to you this weekend. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hope they're having fun, is all I gotta say.
yeah.
What's that?
Doesn't sound like they're gonna have fun if they're driving Friday and
Yeah.
Saturday.
No, agreed. Okay.
Some people do like to drive, you know.
All right, so we will be having a special meeting, it looks like Saturday, because the 3 of us are available, and we'll get the input from them.
Right.
Okay.
Do we want to set a time and a place at this point? So it's on record?
Sure.
No.
Jess, you said you could do early? I can do early, I can't do late.
Well,
Okay.
let's define early.
7 AM.
Yeah.
15. Whenever, I'm available the entire day.
Yeah, I can do anything after, 10, I can do 10 to 2, technically.
Well, that's not early.
No,
Wow.
just I can't do
Yeah.
night, I can't do nighttime.
I was thinking like 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Oh, I was thinking more like 10 to 12, but.
yeah, I'm
I
thinking
guess
more like
that
10 to 12 too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do anything after 10, because I gotta go
Oh.
to soccer.
Oh, okay, oh boy.
Spin at 8. You can't do
How long is spin?
an hour and a half, 8 to 9:30.
So why don't we say 9:30?
Sure, I can bug out early. Yeah, 9:30?
Yep.
Okay,
All
9:30.
right. Will we be able to get this room, do you think, on Saturday morning?
Yep, I can come over and unlock it.
Okay. So we'll actually have the meeting here Saturday, the 26th at 9:30. And the sole purpose of the special meeting will be to vote on the,
Just make sure
Awarding the
that,
contracts.
it's posted. We call
Okay.
Donna and have it put on the calendar so everyone knows it's there.
and now we need to post it in 2 public places?
She can take care of it for you. Well, you must do that now at your meetings today, right?
Well, it's a standing meeting, so it's in the paper and,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I would just ask her to, post it for you on the calendar and have it posted here and send it down to the library. She should be able to do it for you, please ask her nicely.
okay.
And I can
She's
call-
saying who's?
Donna.
Oh, Donna.
And I'll call her tomorrow and tell you
Okay,
guys
thank
that
you.
it-
Okay.
Donna to
What's-
post special meeting,
Yeah,
okay.
so 9:30.
Yep. Okay.
All right, any other business?
Well, since people are here now, is there anybody here from Boyden? Was
No.
that the name of it? Boyden? How about Greenworks? Okay. And then TLC? Rainmaker? And then Summerscape? And Easton? Is that the other? Okay, so Easton is in Wyndham. If we had an issue, you're not that far away, but if we had an issue with the fields, I know that was something that came up. What's your response time? And this question is gonna be for everybody. What's your response time? We have an issue, you know, the fields are, the grass is too long.
Irrigation zone is flooding, or the grass is too long, or?
Something that we're like, you know, listen, we've got a game coming up and the grass is too long, or, you know, the irrigation system is leaking, flooding everywhere, you know, how,
I think an emergency situation like a zone valve is blown, the field is flooding, and you have games all weekend, I think that's an hour response time.
an
Because
hour,
someone's gonna figure out how to shaft the water for you.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I wouldn't anticipate, you know, on our watch, the grass wouldn't be too long on game day, we're supposed to operate to a scope. So our, you know, our responsibility's there. So that's an emergency in my mind, it'd be your responsibility.
okay. And let's say it's not an emergency, let's say that we determine that the field is not up to par, it's not the length that we were hoping for.
Yeah.
When do you come back? Do you wait the full week, you know, until you come back?
If we have
or-
any issues, I think at the beginning of any contract situation that there's communication that needs to happen so people are on the same page. And Colin, we
Yep.
had spoken, I mentioned on the phone, I said, I feel like I'm missing something here because I visited the site with my people, myself. I double checked on GPS maps for square footages. I said, I feel like I'm missing something. But we weren't, so what we can operate, I mean, every business is gonna be different in terms of the price because of how they calculate their overhead and what they have for overhead.
Yep.
And we've done a very good job of not having overhead. We own our fleet and we don't have financing and mortgages, so we can do that, but, the communication needs to be worked out early on, absolutely.
Okay,
Of what the expectation is. The bid specification, one thing I had thought about in bidding it was, for future reference, you may want some more detail in there that your contractor could help you with. What does the lawn need to be maintained at in terms of inches? Is it 3 inches, is it 3.5? Is it maybe 4 because it's in the heat of July and the field's not irrigated?
and I think we did discuss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect that this commission would have the experience to be able to detail something like that, but perhaps, you know, in the future, it might be something to help if you had bad luck with the contractor previously. Unfortunately, there are some companies that would put bids on something and may not be able to keep up with the workload. And because there's not a
Right.
specification that is identified and then becomes contract to how they're supposed to perform, you have issues with that, unfortunately, it seems you've had in the past.
Yeah.
So, I mean, given that, what I would say is iron out some of that communication early on. Of course, everyone's bidding based on what we've been given for specifications, and we all have the opportunity to visit the sites and ask the questions. It could be more detailed, quite honestly, but I think from a communication standpoint, whoever, you know, there's gonna have to be a main point of communication for the Recreation Commission, just like there would be for the contractor that's gonna assume the responsibility and ultimately wants to get paid for it. So I think that needs to be worked out early on. What is the expectation? Here's what we would normally do. The reality is, in the early part of the season, the lawn's gonna have to be mowed more than once if they're gonna be, you know, maintain playability. And I know we certainly factored that in our bid. Typically, we'd bid a 26-week season, but you've got spring and things get crazy around here. You could end up with 32 32 quantity cut during the season, that ultimately makes it profitable for us in the spring also, because it'd be better to show up every 4 days than to come every week and have to be here for 2 days. It'll work itself out. So I mean, I'm sure everyone, who's bid this project understands that. We're all professionals.
Yep, yep.
But those things, to help you guys out, yeah, those are things that have to be discussed, and expectations, have to be clear, because forget what they look like for a minute, but there's also safety issues. You joked earlier that you have infield mix that's 12 inches lower than infield grass. There's a liability, there's a problem there, and this.
Well, it's only like 11 and a half inches.
Yeah, right, but, I mean, in recognizing that, there are some issues there.
You sure you're not using the metric system to measure that?
Yeah.
11 and a half or what?
Yeah.
Now, I take it all of you that are here, have other vendors that do your fertilizing treatment?
We do our own.
You do your own?
In fact, we did the contract here
Yep,
a couple years ago, if you
Yep.
recall.
I do.
And,
That's why I thought it was outsourced, actually.
We did it for
2 years.
14 and 15, no,
Yeah.
13 and 14.
Because I know Rainmaker, okay,
it
do you,
We installed the field.
It was the other company.
it wasn't A&A, no, before then,
That was,
it was A&A?
Not last year, the year before, and the year before that, we did it.
Last year was
Right.
the only year.
Last year was A&A,
So,
and the year before that, I thought
We had it
there was
for
some
2
sort of outsourcing with Rainmaker.
that's what I recall.
No, okay.
so, the thing with us is, I mean, we are local as well. Larry's right in town, actually.
Yep.
So people would call him directly and say, hey, can you take a look at this? And we'd be there immediately. That is a difference there. I mean, we have a strong team. We actually installed the irrigation at the soccer field as well. So in terms of, I'll say complaints or responsiveness, whenever either Keith Buxton called us directly, we actually responded very quickly. Anything, whether it was a special cut because of a soccer game or a soccer tournament that weekend, we got that all taken care of.
Okay.
There was no issues there at all. Unless someone tells me differently. Actually, it was
No.
fairly seamless. If there was a valve stuck on, we got it taken care of immediately. In fact, when we've driven by the fields, we would see something and shut it down and take care of it immediately. So we know the complexity of the different fields and shutting them off, similar to actually TLC. Whereas we know Brian's familiar with the fields as well. So we do have the experience on the fields. We can maintain, we do have the insurances as well, but also we have the fact that we've done and taken care of the fields.
Yep.
And, my other question though to the board is the contract was bidded at 2 years. We actually bid 2 years. Some of the contracts are at 1 year. So my question is, do we have the opportunity to bid a 1-year bid then? Because contracts are out there right now. I see 1 year and 2 years in there, but
I don't think there was anybody here for 1 year, was there?
there was one in there for
TLC
$45,000.
was
Okay.
TLC was 1 year.
So it was a 1-year bid. So
Well, it was a 1-year price. I don't know if it was,
it says well, at least it was announced at 1 year.
right, I meant,
For
Yeah, you did say
45,000.
1 year.
So is there inflation in there
45 for
for
1
year
year.
2, which is what we built in? So
Right.
that's not in there.
right.
So again, I just wanna make sure that.
And
you know,
Sumner, you only gave me 1 year for Sumner.
So what do we do in the case of that?
Well, that's one of the things that we'd need to clarify, because we're looking for a 2-year contract.
Correct.
So it's gonna be, when we compare it at the end, it's gonna be 2-year contract to 2-year contract to 2-year contract to 2-year
Because
contract.
now where it's become public, do you go to them and say, okay, hey guys, what's your year 2? Or do you go to us and say, hey, what's our year 1? What can we come back in year 2? You know what I mean? It seems like it's been open now, it's done. Where we're on, like I said, we were asked for 2 years. We provided the contract based on 2 years. So, we did bid in there additional fees for year 2. Just wanna make sure that we're
Yep,
on the same field.
and then we have, so did they only bid 1 year, or did they bid,
Let me see if
did he give them all, I think that's that stack right there.
this stack is all the originals.
And then somebody did 3 years.
Correct.
Yeah, there was some that were 3-year.
Yeah, Boyden did 3,
And if you go back,
Greenworks was per year.
I will tell you though, if you go back to our, I'll say reputation of work that we did previously, especially around the soccer fields, we actually, part of the things around, especially soccer goals and things of that nature, repair the field. We actually went in and actually brought sod in and replaced it as well. So playability was a lot quicker in those
Okay.
areas.
Yeah, you're before my time, so,
Yep.
you know, I'm just going by the last person, so that's
Correct,
what I
and I know
have
it
to.
wasn't as great of an experience, that's why we're here this year.
Right.
Originally, they had a 2-year contract.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So I expect my baseball fields to be perfect this year.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome.
So do we.
Yeah.
So do we. We're definitely looking for an improvement.
So I guess I have
I
a
don't know what happened last year.
question for,
It's been a few years of baseball fields, I can tell you that.
now, I don't know if it's a preference or, but I know, did you guys, some companies are bagging the grass, some feel that,
All sports fields should be bagged and hauled away. They shouldn't be
That's part of the
mulched.
contract.
okay,
It
All
says,
clippings
it
hauled away.
says clippings hauled away. Some people will give you a quote for mulching, and sports fields should never be mulched. Period.
okay.
Correct.
End of
Is that
question.
how you guys all feel, or is that,
Oh, you requested us to take the clippings away, so that's how it was priced accordingly.
Correct,
Okay. but I'm asking, is that how it should be done?
yes.
Yeah.
You say,
That's not
Yeah,
how-
well, I mean,
that's not how
your
TLC works.
plant nutritionists might see
But that's not
differently
what
of,
TLC does it.
you
That's
know,
the- that's
recycling the
gray
grass
area.
clippings in,
Yeah.
but if we're talking about playability and look of the field, take the
Should I
stuff
say
away. You know, I mean, the vacuums everyone has in the lawnmowers make it very easy to do that.
but I mean, some of the nicest grass I've seen is on golf courses, and they don't bag the stuff,
They
right?
cut it
Yeah,
every
they
day.
cut it every day, yeah.
Here's the thing, in some of the bids that are there, chances are, some are mulching. There is a cost to haul away and dump. So that's bid, because that was specific. So our price from where we were a couple years ago actually increased some, because now the request was to haul away and take the clippings with you. So if that's not the case, then I would request that we're able to rebid, so we don't have to worry about.
No, I'm just,
Take it away.
I was just asking, because I know it was an issue before, and,
Sure.
Why, did somebody bid to mulch?
no, it was the disposing on the property, and we got complaints from neighbors,
Get snowy?
yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's looking at that. Would you like to answer?
Yeah, well, as you know, I'm on the fields
All the time?
daily.
Yeah.
And I realize how much work needs to go into them, and it's a big bite this year. I mean, I honestly, I just can't fathom the amount of work that has to go in, especially, with the baseball fields. I mean, they seemingly are, kind of the stepchild of the town, as they are right now. Softball has great facilities, soccer has great facilities, so, I mean, I know I gotta push a rock up a hill here, but, there's a lot, and as far as to answer your question, Jess, I mean, I'm in town, I mean, I get crabby if I have to cross the Merrimack River to go work over in Nashua, I can't stand traffic, so I'm always on the site anyway, and,
Okay.
so if something ever does arise, I'm a phone call away, and
Okay,
chances are, I can drop what I'm doing and get right over there and fix the situation.
okay. And, right, and like you said, you're right there anyways, and you're pretty much, you know,
I mean, if I see something wrong, obviously, while I'm coaching a team or something, I mean, that's, I can be very proactive and,
okay,
fix it the next day if it's something that can wait till tomorrow.
right. And I heard that it's gonna take a year or two for these fields to come back, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
so-
picture isn't as pretty as it
I haven't
seems.
seen them.
Okay, you guys haven't seen them?
I haven't, not since the snow's gone, but they
Okay.
were in pretty good shape when we left them a year ago.
No,
You know.
not at all
I mean,
anymore.
honestly, even Dara Pond has a lot of,
They've gone down.
weed
yeah,
spots and
over
stuff,
the-
yeah, there's an
Right.
uphill battle.
You guys-
Well, and
Yep.
the one
Well,
thing that's
that's-
changed, and I don't know if it was mentioned, I don't know if they know about, we are gonna be regulated, it's just at Dara, I
Yeah.
believe, with the amount of water that we're allowed to put on that field, how much we're allowed to take out of that pump, it's being regulated by the state, or monitored by the state. Which caused a lot of issues last year with trying to make sure that we were, cause we had a dry spell last year and trying to keep enough water on that thing, and,
All the more importance to water at the right time, so it doesn't evaporate.
right. Any other questions?
No, I think I've got my answers, thank you.
All right, do we have any other business to discuss? I guess.
I just wanna touch base again, so in terms of, the bids that have been submitted and meeting again this coming, Saturday, are we looking to rebid for 1 year? Or is everybody required to, what, I mean, again, cause we're not comparing the same right now.
Right, and I thought it was once the bids were open, there was no opportunity to go back and amend. I
No.
thought that's what we did
Right,
last year.
There's no amending. Bids have been opened.
Right. And I thought that was final.
Now,
One year bid should not be
is
accepted.
TLC, I mean, if they did do the year, are they just stuck with the second year at that same rate?
Oh,
It's
no,
a
I
one-year
wouldn't
bid.
assume that at all, that they're gonna follow that.
I'm
But
just
their
saying-
bid is only for 1 year.
I'm just thinking, would that bid now be not accepted, if that's the case, because it is a 2-year bid? I'll gladly resubmit a 1-year bid, if that's the case. I'm not telling you to omit something else, I'm saying I wanna be able to compare the same.
Honestly, I don't know the answer to
Have
that.
to check with Troy.
Yeah. I mean, we do want to make sure that everybody is on a par. That's,
The question I bring to that too is now, I mean, he's not here, Brian's not here obviously, but he can be watching or he can find out. He knows what he can put his second year bid in at now to be
That's why you
competitive.
can't.
Oh, and you guys know what you could put your 1-year bid in now.
Right.
So
Well, that's what I'm
we gotta
saying.
talk to Troy.
And he's
We gotta talk
also
to
been-
Troy. We don't have an answer for you.
Right.
So let us talk to Troy tomorrow, find out what the deal is, and I guess we'll have to communicate. We have all of your contact information. We'll have to communicate accordingly, because we don't know the answer, so. We'll check and see what he has to say, what the next step is.
so I mean, but I guess my question to you guys would be, if you do, I don't know if we can clarify, like I know you guys gave a lump sum for the 2 years,
Correct.
and I guess part of the clarification could be, what is the breakdown year 1, year 2?
We didn't do it that way, we'll have to go back and look.
That's what I'm just saying, is maybe if you can get us
You
that,
had somebody that did a 3-year bid too, so would you assume that?
He did break down each year.
right.
The 3-year bid did break down each year.
But, and we'll contact them, making sure that, hey, if this is a 2-year bid, are we, cause it's kinda like, you buy 10, you get them for $1, well, if you buy 9, you're paying $1.99 each. We wanna make sure that lopping that 3rd year off doesn't, that the first, we wanna be able to make sure that those first 2 years are the first 2 years as outlined.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like from the ones that did break it down year to year. Trying to figure out here.
And based on experience, we know that always low, the
Right,
lowest
it's
bid
about-
isn't
it's about a
always the best
5%.
bid either.
Each
Yeah.
one of them, it's about a 5% increase from the first year to the second year,
Right,
which is,
standard.
I mean, yeah. And it's scary with the price of fuel. It's very tempting right now.
Sure.
Any other questions that we have? So I guess our last item would be any more public input? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion. And we're adjourning it.
Motion to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion is adjourned at 8:45 PM. So you guys are welcome to come back on Saturday. If not, we will